welcome to HPU All Access. I'm Jordan Bankston.
And I'm Nick Allen. Thank you for joining us tonight. We begin tonight. President Trump announced on Sunday to ABC News that if Iran fails to make a deal with the United States in the next 48 hours, Trump said, quote, "We're blowing up the whole country," end quote. This comes after the ongoing battle with Iran that started in late February when the joint United States-Israeli strikes hit Iran government and military sites. The deadline is for the Middle Eastern country to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, which is a key waterway for the oil industry. Trump said, if, quote, "they don't want to make a deal, their whole country is gone," end quote. And as the deadline just ended a little over 30 minutes ago at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the world is on watch to see what the President Trump does to Iran, but we will keep you up to date on the events throughout the evening if anything ensues.
And on a related note, Iran has since responded to President Trump's threats. On Sunday, the Iranian military sent out a warning of quote-unquote devastating and widespread retaliation if further attacks are carried out against it. Officials say any additional military action could trigger strikes on U.S., Israeli, and regional targets, including critical infrastructure. Now, Iranian leaders have also cautioned that continued escalation could pull the United States deeper into conflict, describing the potential consequences as severe and far-reaching.
On April 1st, NASA successfully launched Artemis II from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida into the air with 4 astronauts on board. The 10-day mission is set to complete on April 11th with the spaceflight traveling around the moon and back, becoming the first astronaut mission to the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972 and the first crewed flight aboard NASA's human deep space capabilities. Artemis II astronauts are putting the Orion spacecraft through a series of planned tests to evaluate systems, procedures, and performances in deep space, with the primary goal being to test flight in lunar space for future lunar surface missions and potentially a mission to Mars. The mission is expected to set several human spaceflight records, including distance from Earth, distance beyond the moon, and velocity. For more on the mission, Alexa Beck is at HPU's Colt Planetarium this evening to share some exciting new milestones and records set by the Artemis II crew. What's going on, Alexa?
Yesterday was a momentous occasion for space exploration and for humanity as Artemis II officially broke the record for the farthest distance traveled in space. The record was previously held by the Apollo 13 mission and was set over 50 years ago. But what does this major milestone mean for the future of space exploration? NASA hopes this new mission will be a step towards their goal of establishing a U.S. base on the moon. Multiple news sources have reported that the Artemis II mission may help NASA plan a moon land in the year 2028, and that NASA is looking to establish the base sometime in the 2030s. But this mission isn't just a step forward for space exploration. It also marks a major milestone for females in the field that links back to an astronaut from right here in North Carolina. Christina Koch is a graduate of NC State and a member of the Artemis II crew, and she is set to become the first woman in history to have traveled around the moon. She grew up in Jacksonville, North Carolina before going to Raleigh to earn her bachelor's in electrical engineering and physics. And later she went on to earn a master's in electrical engineering as well. WRAL spoke to some of her former professors who remarked on how proud they were of the work that she is doing in space. Artemis II is set to return on Friday, completing their 10-day mission. Outside of the Colt Planetarium, this is Alexa Beck.
Thank you so much, Alexa. Yesterday morning, Today Show viewers saw a familiar face return to the desk. Savannah Guthrie is back at the desk on NBC's Today Show after a recent absence, rejoining co-host. Viewers for the support and with excitement, she's back on the nation's one of the most viewed morning shows. The search for Nancy Guthrie still continues as the investigation is ongoing.
Gas prices continue to soar across the Piedmont Triad and the nation amid the United States conflict with Iran. With the national average topping $4 earlier last week, the gas prices in the Triad are still currently lower on average than the rest of the United States, as the average price in the Triad sits at around $3.84 a gallon. That average is higher than the majority of parts of North Carolina, and it's Davie County that currently has the highest gas prices in the Triad, averaging $3.92 per gallon. Guilford County is not too far behind at $3.89 a gallon. With the uncertainty looming on the future of gas prices based on recent trends, gas prices could topple $4 within the coming days.
And new tonight, High Point leaders are asking for more time to use funding for a major road project. The city is requesting an extension for the Triangle Lake Road Improvement Project, which is a part of a 2019 transportation bond. Officials say delays in design, land acquisition, and utility work have pushed the timeline back once again. The project includes new sidewalks, bike lanes, and safety upgrades along the road. Now, to get all the things needed to start the construction on the Triangle Lake Road, city officials say they expect that process to take about a year and a half.
New tonight, a food festival just wrapped up on campus. Street food was being given out outside of Slane from 4 to 6 p.m., and students enjoyed a variety of options. Jordan, just look at those delicious options up there. Hey man, I want to know real quick, are you still on the diet?
I'm still on the diet.
You're still on the diet?
Still on the diet,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So you wouldn't eat any of those foods? Yeah.
Go ahead and talk, man.
Okay. Well, look at that. See right there? Look at all those foods. Did you even go out there?
I did.
Did you?
But I walked around, though. Like I said, I was on the diet.
Popcorn? Oh, so you can't eat the popcorn.
I can't, nope. No,
And the
sir.
boba bar, you definitely can't eat that.
Nope.
No?
Drink, you mean drink, but
Drink,
nope.
my bad.
I
Sorry, I'm
cannot.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I
Mr.
cannot.
Specific guy over here, right?
That's all right, though. That's
But look
okay.
at all that tasty food. Man. You're missing out, man.
That's
you gotta
all
get
right.
off the diet, dude.
That's all right.
Look at that. Look at that food. I wish I was there. But our own Marissa Janis will be joining us a few times tonight to talk about the weather. But she starts outside. Marissa, feeling like out there right now?
Good evening, High Point. I'm Marissa Janis coming to you live right outside of the School of Communication. Now, this normally isn't my usual setup. However, the spring vibes, they've been unmatched. They're cool, they're comfortable, and they have temperatures that are absolutely gorgeous that make you want to get outside. Hopefully, you got outside and enjoyed the sunshine and cooler temperatures today. Now, speaking of cool and comfortable temperatures, we are currently sitting at about 59 degrees right now. So again, it's cool, it's comfortable. Now what makes it a little bit chilly is that there is a slight 7-mile-per-hour wind gust that's coming in. That's gonna be going on into the evening as well. Now as we head on into overnight, those temperatures slightly drop to the low 40s. Now, this is no need to worry at all. We've had much colder temperatures, so if you're headed out tonight into the early morning, make sure that you do bring a light jacket with you. Now, these spring vibes, they're unmatched, they're cool, they're comfortable, and they are here to stay. What's also here to stay is the sunshine. Spoiler, coming up for the rest of the week. I'll have more coming up on the 5-day forecast. Now, speaking of our sunshine, tossing it back to our sunshines, Nick and Jordan.
Police across the state are cracking down on drivers. Hear why next.
And why a former High Point lawmaker is now facing serious charges. All Access will be right back.
And Viv Spiked Seltzer. It's sparkling water and alcohol. It comes in fruit botanicals like pear elderflower with 0 grams of sugar. Yeah, seems too good to be true, but let us tell you, the myth is real. What do you think, sharks?
I'm in. I want in too.
I'll double their offer.
Hey, this is my expertise.
No, don't go with them. Go with me. Go with me.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a
Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing a
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready. Just say the word.
And you're sure this is gonna work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age, and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you...
Alexa, how far is Mars?
Oh, how far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. For what? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
Now setting the mood.
you're in the bush and you're just so dirty and you're so sweaty because it's hot in that bush.
Alexa, reboot.
Alexa, play some country music.
I don't dance now, I make money moves.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them dance so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So, put yourself first. You can't be confident, so be confident. You can't challenge, so challenge. You can't dominate, so dominate. You can't flex, so flex. You can't fill a stadium, so fill that stadium. You can't be emotional, so be emotional. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be so ambitious. You can't break records. You can't have any fun. You can't make demands. Can't be proud. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
This past Sunday, North Carolina law enforcement wrapped up its Speed a Little, Lose a Lot campaign to cut down on drivers speeding. For over a week, the state law enforcement increased patrol and checkpoints throughout the state to crack down on speeders in hopes that it would decrease fatal car crashes and injuries and deaths related to speeding. Even drivers driving just a few miles per hour faster than the speed limit were pulled over and given a ticket to remind drivers that speeding comes with serious consequences. This comes after 331 people were killed in speed-involved crashes in 2025 and 41 deaths in just the first 2 months of this year.
And new tonight, it looks like a pay raise for those who risk their lives for us is soon on the way for Winston-Salem firefighters. The City Council approved the increase to help address pay gaps and keep up with other departments. Officials say the move comes as the city works to improve recruitment and retention. The raises follow previous concerns from firefighters over pay and benefits, and now city leaders say the goal is to keep experienced firefighters on the job and to attract new ones.
A shooting at a club early Sunday morning left one injured as Greensboro police continued to investigate the incident. Officers responded to a report of a shooting around 1 a.m. Sunday morning at Club Orion off of West Market Street. The victim was taken to a nearby hospital by a private vehicle, and that the victim is expected to recover from her injuries. The investigation is ongoing as there is no information on the suspect or what led to the shooting.
And a former High Point lawmaker is facing new and serious criminal charges. Cecile Brockman appeared in court this week after being charged with additional child sex crime charges. Prosecutors say the former state representative now faces multiple felony counts, including statutory sex offenses and exploitation of a minor. Brockman resigned from office last year amid the allegations and is currently being held without bond. His next court date is expected later this spring, but if he is convicted, he could face life in prison.
This weekend, HPU Vision, the parent company of HPU All Access, will host a 6-hour-long telethon focused on raising money for communities and schools. Jake Gutman joins us in studio with details on the event. Jake?
Thanks, Nick. HPU Vision is preparing for its biggest event of the year, a 6-hour-long live telethon aimed at making a real impact right here in the High Point community. The event will take place this Sunday, April 12th, starting at 2 p.m. and will support communities in schools of High Point. This organization works directly with students, providing resources, mentorship, and support to help them succeed both inside and outside the classroom. And right now, students at HPU have a chance to start making a difference before the telethon even begins. HPU Vision is hosting a back-to-school supply drive collecting new and gently used items for local students in need. with donations being accepted now and continuing during the telethon. So, as students here on campus begin packing up for the end of the semester, those extra notebooks, pens, or even backpacks could make a real difference for someone else. A donation box is located at Campus Concierge in the Slane Student Center. And if you're watching from home, you can also donate during the live stream, helping to support communities and schools in real time. And no matter the size of your donation, it all plays a big role in making sure students have what they need to show up to school ready to learn. The telethon itself will feature live segments, stories, and student performances, all focused on raising support and awareness for communities and schools of High Point. And for the students behind HPU Vision, it's more than just a broadcast. It's a chance to use their platform to give back and make a lasting impact in the community. Again, the telethon is this Sunday, April 12th, starting at 2 p.m. and running for 6 hours. You can tune in live and donate by visiting HPU Vision's social media pages. Reporting for HPU Vision's All Access News, I'm Jake Gutman.
Jake, thank you. 3 people were injured in a crash on Saturday afternoon that involved a Guilford County EMS ambulance. The crash happened on Westgate City Boulevard and involved 2 paramedics and another driver, as all 3 were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. The Guilford County EMS said the ambulance was responding to an emergency call with its lights and sirens activated, but it is not clear yet on what led to the crash, as the Guilford County EMS is conducting an internal review of the incident.
And health officials say RSV is sticking around longer than usual this year, and that's leading to a change in vaccination timing. Most states are now extending the window for RSV shots for infants and toddlers through the end of April. RSV typically peaks in the winter and dies off by spring, but cases remain higher than normal this season. Doctors say the extension is important because RSV is a leading cause of young children being hospitalized. Health experts encourage parents to take action and talk with their child's pediatrician.
Coming up after the break, the Panthers' head coaching vacancy comes to an end.
And how a new scientific discovery could be great news for those in the deaf community. All that and more coming up.
What's up, y'all? If you need any type of editing, videography, graphics, photography, or any type of podcasting, reach out to us at any of the links on the screen. We can complete that job for you at an affordable price at YNV Media.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy.
Look, what's in a clue?
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods Free and Gentle.
Welcome to HPU All Access.
Your front row seat to the latest news and updates happening around High Point University and beyond.
Want the inside scoop on the biggest events, campus celebrations, and student stories?
All Access brings you all the action right here from the heart of HPU.
Here live at Panther Commons.
Reporting live tonight from High Point University.
Live from the Nito and Mariana Cobain Arena and Conference Center.
Reporting live from the Slane Student Center.
As part of HPU Vision, we're proud to share the stories that matter most to you, the High Point community.
tune in to HPU All Access,
where you're a part of something greater.
Stay informed, stay connected.
The search for a new High Point women's basketball coach comes to an end after the Panthers hired Wyatt Faust Monday afternoon to be the sixth head coach in program history. He replaces Chelsea Banbury, who left to become the next head coach at VCU exactly a week ago. Faust has spent the last 2 seasons as the associate head coach at Murray State, where he led the Racers to a 31-4 overall record and 19-1 conference record this past season, as well as a Missouri Valley regular season and tournament championship. The Racers were a number 12 seed in this past women's NCAA tournament and were ranked number 5 in the nation in scoring offense. In his first season as associate coach, he led the Racers to a 25-8 record, a regular season and tournament championship, an 11th seed in March Madness, and the number 2 ranked scoring offense. This is Faust's first head coaching gig after previously serving as the director of basketball operations at Murray State before being promoted to associate head coach.
Scientists have made a major breakthrough in hearing treatment. A new gene therapy gave people born deaf the ability to now hear, often within just weeks after a single injection directly into the inner ear. The small study included 10 patients aged 1 to 24, each with a genetic form of deafness. Every participant showed improved hearing, and some began even hearing sounds in about 1 month. Now, researchers say this could be a huge step for future treatments, not just for kids, but for adults as well.
Authorities in Rockingham County are actively searching for a 60-year-old woman who's been missing for 3 days. Rockingham County officials said Lori Ann Buns Plummer was reported missing around 5:30 p.m. after her husband said she left the area near Textile Plant Road in the Stoneville area, walked into the woods, and did not return. Deputies said Plummer is 5'7", about 190 pounds, with blonde hair and green eyes, and was last seen wearing black pants, a gray hoodie, and sneakers. The Rockingham County Sheriff's Office continues to search the area using drones and canines, but her whereabouts remain unknown.
And High Point University is celebrating Day for HPU 2026 tomorrow. The event is a university-wide celebration bringing together students, faculty, and alumni, both on campus and even in cities like Raleigh and Charlotte. Participants will enjoy gatherings, community activities, and opportunities to connect with the HPU family. Now, university officials say it's a chance to show school spirit and support for student programs.
Marissa Janis is back, except this time she's in the studio and probably a lot warmer than being outside. Marissa, hello again. I heard you have this week's forecast for us.
That's right, Nick. Let's take a look what spring has in store for us this week. Today, we had partly cloudy skies with highs reaching 66 degrees and lows dropping down to 40 degrees. Now, tomorrow we start off with plenty of sunshine and comfortable temperatures in the low 60s. It's a perfect day to get outside, enjoy that spring feel. However, do bring a light jacket since temps drop to 36 degrees overnight. Now, moving into Thursday, we continue the trend of nice, mild, and pleasant weather with highs creeping up to 67 with the sun shining bright as temperatures are in the low 40s overnight. Now, moving on into Friday, we hold on to the mix of sunshine and clouds. It is gorgeous, it's mild, and the warm is coming up our way, but it's still very seasonable with highs near 72 degrees, and then they drop to about 52. Now, finally, Saturday keeps our spring vibe going, but it might feel a little like summer's around the corner with our afternoon temperatures reaching a high as 83 degrees and then dropping to 55 degrees overnight. This is perfect weather to get outside, tan, and to wrap up your week. Overall, it is a beautiful start to spring. There's plenty of sunshine, and April showers are not in sight, so there is no chance to spoil the fun.
We'll be seeing you later on. The #1 seed men's Michigan Wolverines stand alone on top of the college basketball world after knocking off the 2 seed UConn Huskies 69-63 late Monday night to win their first NCAA championship in 37 years. It's the second championship in school history, with the first coming in 1989, and the win snaps a 4-game losing streak in the title game. Elliot Cadeau, in his first year with the Wolverines after coming over from North Carolina, tallied a game-high 19 points to win the Most Outstanding Player award. For the Huskies, it was their first ever loss in a tournament championship game after winning the title in their first 6 appearances, including 2 in the last 4 years.
A lot of sports around campus these past few days. Jake Vesey joins us over at the TV to give us more. What's up, Jake?
And Nick and Jordan, we start with the big breaking news. Once again, we broke to you earlier today, and multiple sources confirmed that Macy Spencer, Lexi Fleming, and Dom Neslin all plan to enter the transfer portal. Spencer was in her first season with the Panthers, averaged 18.6 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game, and 2.3 assists per game, while shooting 42% from the field. Neslin was in her second season with the Panthers. She averaged 6 points per game, 4.9 rebounds per game, and 1.9 assists per game. Fleming was in her first season at HPU, but missed most of the year due to a season-ending injury. And in other news, High Point University's women's basketball team announced the hire of Wyatt Foss just 1 week after Chelsea Banbury, former head coach, left for VCU. Foss would join the Panthers from Murray State, where he spent the last 2 seasons as the associate head coach and offensive coordinator in the 25-26 season. Murray State went 31-4, 19-1 in conference record, and secured a 12th seed in the NCAA tournament. From the hardwood to the turf, and the High Point women's lacrosse team is riding a 2-game win streak. The Panthers took down Woodford Saturday 16-10. Shannon Smith led the Panthers with 5 goals. Over to the men's side now, the Panthers dominated on senior day, improving their conference record to 4-0. The Panthers took down St. Bonaventure 19-8 behind Justin Wixton's 3 goals and 3 assists. The men's team has been dominant this year, taking down 2 ranked opponents. They will host Hobart this Saturday in New York. And now over to baseball, who are riding an 11-game winning streak, which has come to an end after dropping the final game of a 3-game series 6-5 to the College of Charleston on Saturday. High Point had won 11 consecutive games coming into that matchup, taking down many ranked opponents, including Wake Forest, Duke, and the University of Florida. The Panthers are currently ranked in the top 25 in the mid-major rankings. The Panthers are playing tonight against NCA&T. The current score is 2-2. Well, Jordan and Nick, before I go back over to you, I do have some big breaking news that was just into our newsroom moments ago, and we can now confirm that Cameron Fletcher has now recommitted, or has now signed on for his 7th year here to High Point. He received that 7th year. This is the big breaking news, Jordan, and I know you are very happy about that one.
Listen, I said it in the beginning of the season. I'm a big Cam Fletcher fan. Like I said, he came through for us in that tournament, both tournaments, right? Not only the Big South, but the NCAA tournament. Nick, how do you feel about it?
Well, with the evolving nature of college basketball, to see him come back it shows a lot for High Point, right? To bring back a guy like Cameron Fletcher, who this is a guy that started out in Kentucky, made his way through, and for High Point to get him back, that just shows a lot in the coaching, Flynn Clayman, and with the entire athletic administration, which starts with Dan Hauser.
Yeah, and some other news for you, Nick, and just with the return of Cameron Fletcher, I can now confirm that Yusuf Sangari and Josh Abukulua have entered into the transfer portal. So some big breaking news tonight out of the men's basketball team. I can also confirm that 4 transfer recruits are going to be here at High Point University's campus this coming week. So some more information expected from the men's basketball team, but some big breaking news just into our newsroom moments ago.
So you'll have more breaking news as the coming days, and probably next week, next Wednesday for our show, there'll be more breaking news.
That's it.
But thank you, Jake. Marissa, wake up weather. What's going on? What's the forecast looking like tomorrow morning?
I got you, Nick. Let's take a look at your wake up weather. Now, we are waking up to a beautiful start to your morning with temperatures in the late 40s early on. It's a little crisp, but still very spring-like. It's a little cool as we move through the mornings. The sun continues to shine, helping warm up nicely. Now, by noon, we're already up to 52 degrees, and that warm up continues as we head toward a pleasant 61 degrees this afternoon. Now, it's a perfect day to step outside, enjoy that sunshine, and get a little taste of that spring fresh air. Now, that's your wake-up weather. For now, we're all about bright, sunny, and springtime vibes. See you next week.
Well, Jordan, I know you're happy. Tomorrow morning's going to be a little cooler. You get to wear your sweatpants,
of course,
which you love, but you're going to be wearing shorts the rest of the week. It looks warm. It looks like it's going to get in the 80s.
You know me.
Yeah.
From Miami. So
yeah.
I may pop out with a few shorts.
Okay.
But It has to be really hot for me to wear shorts.
Yeah,
I
I know.
I can't lie.
Trust
I love
me,
my
know.
sweatpants.
Yeah, sweatpants and suits. That's all this guy wears.
All right, well, thank you so much, Marissa. And that is going to do it for us here on HPU All Access. I'm Jordan Bankston.
And I'm Nick Allen. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Have an amazing week, High Point. We'll be back right here, except on Wednesday. Have a great evening, and as always, go Panthers.